Jarrod Neumann. I play for the PLL Chaos, part of Premier Lacrosse League, so it's going to be an exciting time this summer. I went to Providence College where I played defense. I would say I probably have an interesting lacrosse story. I grew up in Western Mass. I was a basketball player over there for a long time. Played every sport growing up except lacrosse. Senior year of high school, as I mentioned, I played basketball all 4 years. Basketball season ended. I had nothing to do. Two of my friends had played lacrosse their whole life. I never had touched a stick, and they were like, come play, come play, come play. And I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I was very good at basketball. How would I go from being very, very good at something to being absolutely terrible at something in the last part of my senior year? Anyway, basically I was walking through the parking lot after school one day after an open gym session at playing basketball. And this guy, Matt Strebel, which if you know him is one of the greatest lacrosse players to ever play and one of the greatest ambassadors of the sport, I'd say. He sees me walking through the parking lot because he was now just hired as the head men's lacrosse coach for our high school. And he goes, hey you, and he was talking to my two buddies, so they were probably, in his ear about it. He says, do you want to play lacrosse this year? And I said, why not? And he goes, if you come, I'll give you, a nice sweatshirt, you'll be a part of the team, you get a team bag, you get a bunch of gear. And I was like, wow, this sounds great. All right, I'll get a bunch of, free stuff for 3 months of lacrosse. And I did that, and that absolutely changed my life. And then from then on, I went over to Bridgeton for a PG year where I played lacrosse. And out of Bridgeton, I ended up coming to Providence. I had a good 4-year career here where I think was probably the best 4 years of my life. And then I played 2 years in the MLL, and now I get a chance to play in the biggest stage lacrosse has ever seen with the best players. Playing basketball for 4 years and having a chance to win a championship in basketball, I think was a great learning experience. But when you relate those sports to lacrosse, I think the physicality of football is all over lacrosse. I mean, you see big hits, you see, meeting on the corner, a tackman coming from X and meeting on the corner with a big bang. I mean, in college, me and Malloy used to do it all the time, right? We would meet on the corner and it was like, boom, just like an offensive line or just like a pass block drill. I think that's super, like a huge correlation between other sports. And then you look at basketball and you look at the schematics sort of defense and the way that you're playing zone or you're helping or you're playing man and you're, using certain areas of the court, same way you use certain areas of the field to funnel offensive players to a less threatening position. I think those are so similar. I mean, basketball, you hear it all the time is, oh, basketball defense is the same as lacrosse defense. And I think that ability to play other sports and that chance to sort of have that well-rounded athlete, I think is second to none. I mean, you see kids who go out and only play lacrosse, and they're great athletes and they're great lacrosse players, but I think the best lacrosse players ever have always played multiple sports growing up, and I think it helps. So every day, usually between, I would say 6 and 10, there's probably a good session of 45 minutes of cardio in there. And then it's weights for a hard hour and a half, depending what exercises I'm doing and how much time frame I have before I have other commitments. I think if you are leaving stuff in the tank, if you are leaving reps undone, if you are giving the excuses, I'm tired, I'm not feeling good today. Those are the days that you gotta go to the gym. Those are the days you gotta run. Those are the days you gotta pick up your stick. And I think that's the best way to get better is you go till you got nothing left.